guys, welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel. If this is your first time here, welcome to the family, and if not, welcome back. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Today we're gonna do my everyday look, which is this little glowy natural look, and I'm gonna teach you guys how to apply lashes, which I know is a big thing everyone's been wanting to learn. So tune in, have a snack, grab your little stuff that you're ready to work on, and have fun. Love you guys so much. Okay guys, so to start, I always start out with my skincare. That's the most important thing. I make sure that my skin is fully hydrated and that everything is good to go, because on my everyday basis I don't put on so much makeup. Like, I won't do like a full glam look. So I'm gonna start off today with my e.l.f. Super Tone toner. I just put this on 2 cotton pads and wipe my face with it. So you're just gonna put a few droplets. Can't really see them, but the pad is a little bit wet, and I start at my forehead and just swipe. And you want to make sure that you cover your whole face except for your lips and like your eyelids. And I take it down to the neck. This is usually what my pad looks like. It's just a little bit of dirt. It's usually left over from any oils I had on left over overnight, or just any makeup that I might have not gotten on my nighttime routine. Next, I will go in with my hydrating drops. These are the ones I'm currently using for the past week or so. This is the Shea Moisture 100% Daily Hydration Overnight Face Oil with coconut milk. It softens and restores your skin. So I put a few drops on when I'm gonna put makeup on top, but at night I really saturate my face. So I usually do about 3 droplets. And always move in circular motions to tighten your skin up. And it's not a huge difference when you're just putting a little bit on to kind of hydrate your skin. But when I put it on at night, I usually put on about, I usually put 1 or 2 droplets on my forehead, 2 droplets here, and then another droplet here. Next thing we're gonna go in with is some chapstick. Make sure your lips stay hydrated. And then I put on some eye cream. This is the e.l.f. Illuminating Eye Cream. I've been testing this out. And I take my ring finger, because that is your most gentle finger. A couple dabs. And then I go in and take 1 more dab and I work on my temples. A lot of people forget their temples, but this is part of your eye area. And you always make sure you do your brow bone, because you don't want to get loose skin there. And then I will spray my face with some type of rose water, coconut water, any kind of priming water. Today I'm using Pixie by Petra rose water and green tea. Perfect. So I usually just fan it down for a second or 2, and I let that go, and I work on my eyebrows and the rest of my face, and then I'll come back in and throw foundation or moisturizer, whatever I'm going to use for the day. So for now, we're going to start off with our eyebrows, and for a everyday look, I usually make them more natural, so I don't go in with my pomade. I'm only going in with my eyebrow pencil. And again, this whole time I'm going in with a very light hand because I don't want my eyebrows to be too harsh. This is just like me running errands or just doing anything quick. It could be for like a cute date night, any of those sorts of things where you're just throwing on some comfy clothes and running around. Perfect. So at this point, I won't go in with any pomades or any of that thing. Next up, we're gonna do is apply our primer. So today and always, I'm addicted to this e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. This is my go-to for every and anything. Perfect. Okay, so next I will go in and do my foundation. I do it a little different than my normal routine. So I will still go in with either my foundation or a preferred BB or CC cream. This is a BB and CC combo. So for today, I want a little bit more full coverage because I'm gonna go out running errands and stuff. I'm gonna put a drop of foundation and a drop of moisturizer. This is gonna give me that BB CC cream feel with still the coverage of a foundation. And this is just the e.l.f. Daily Hydrating Moisturizer. I'll go in with something as soft as that. And it still gives you nice coverage without the cakiness. Okay. Next, I will either go in and spot conceal if I have any areas that are a little discolored, if I have pinpointing to cover up, any of that sort. So for the sake of today's video, I am going to show you guys, even though I don't have that many things I want to spot conceal. So I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. 16-Hour Cameo Concealer. This is in the shade Light Beige, and this one more or less matches my complexion. So towards my lip and my chin, I have a spot or two right here. And I have one right there, and I did have one on the side of my face, but it looks like it's gone. And I will just buff that in. And the more coverage you want, the more foundation you can build up. If you didn't want to mix in your moisturizer and you wanted to just go straight foundation, that's okay as well. For me, I like more of a lighter feeling on my face on an everyday basis. And for my eyelids, and I don't always do this, but sometimes I will just put the foundation moisturizer combo on my eyelids and my under eye. Today I just want a little bit more coverage, so I'm going to go in with the hydrating e.l.f. Cameo Concealer, and this is in Light Sand. And I'm only going to apply a small amount because I want coverage, but I don't want too much coverage. And I'm gonna go in with my my little beauty blender for this part. Perfect. And just want to make sure you get into the light, make sure you're fully blended out, things of that nature. Perfect. So as you can see, the concealer did offer me a little bit more full coverage. It kind of concealed my eyelids because I have so many veins in there. And now I'm going to go in with my setting powder. So first I'm going to use my lighter setting powder, which is my Jaclyn Hill Brighten Up shade. I'm just going to pounce that in. The very light hand. You don't want to be like beating your face. You just want to lightly tap it. And I am gonna lightly bake just to provide myself some extra coverage in case I'm running around, you know, you get a little sweaty, stuff like that. And then I'm gonna go in with my regular shade in Carrots with a light hand. I don't wanna over powder my face because this is gonna be like a natural glowy feel. Perfect, and that's it. Next, we're gonna go in with our bronzer. I do like to do a light-handed contour, so I will go in with, today I'm gonna use my Benefit Hoola bronzer and just an angled brush and just go in with a very light hand. Perfect. Next, we're going to go in and contour our nose up a little bit. I'm going to use that same bronzer and a smaller angled brush with a very light hand. And I am going to add some more powder on my nose because the powder on my nose, the foundation on my nose rather, tends to rub off pretty quickly. So I like to set it a little bit more when I'm doing like a light face. I'll then go in with my Big Beauty blender and just cut out my line a tiny bit. I won't do it like as harsh as I would normally do it for a more full coverage, full glam look. And that's all I'll do. I'll then take my brush that has some leftover powder and just powder up my eyelids so that they don't get creasy and smudgy. Okay, and then next I'll focus on my eyelids. Sometimes I just do a light smoky eye. It just depends on what I'm doing. Sometimes I do nothing. For today, I'm just going to go in with my matte bronzer from NYX. And I'm just going to put that all over my eyelid with a fluffy blending brush. This is just going to bring some warmth into my face and not allow my eyes to get lost. And that's about all I do for the eyelid. Sometimes I'll do like a nice baby wing on it, but for every day, like running errands and just being busy, this is it. I will then go in with a pointed brush and do my under eye with that same bronzer. So I'll just come in and add some warmth. Almost more or less just to define my eyes so that they don't get lost. Perfect. And that's all I'll do for eye purposes. I will put a little bit of eyeliner on sometimes just to kind of give me like a more sultry effect. But other than that, this is all I do. So now we're just going to wipe away all our powders. Okay, and then I will go in with a big bronzer brush and just go in. I'm going to go into my NYX, the one I use on my eyes, and just add some warmth into my skin. I'm not too crazy on keeping it clean or cut because again, this isn't like a contoured high definition. This is more just to give me some color. And then I am going to go in with some highlighter. So today I'm going to use my Jaclyn Hill Quad. It's the Flash palette from her holiday collection. It has 4 colors, and I'm going to go in with these 2, which are Gleam and Sparkle. Very subtle glows, just to add some highlight and definition to my face. I will do the brow bone. And I'm actually going to come in with a pointed brush and do my inner corner. And don't mind my quarantine eyebrows. Perfect. So that's about all I do. And then I'm going to go in with some mascara. This is the Revlon Volume Length Magnifying Mascara. And I'm actually going to curl my eyelashes first. I'm not the biggest fan of that mascara, so I'm just going to go on with another generic one from Five Below that I have. Perfect. Okay, so then I will go in and set all this. Okay, and you are more than welcome to stop here, but for today's video I am going to show you guys how to apply lashes, so let's get started on that next. Okay, so as I stated, we are going to do our lashes next. If you do prefer to just put on mascara and go, that's perfectly fine if that works for you. I am like a dramatic lash girl, so today I'm going to use a pair of Eylure lashes. They came in this little like trio pack. They were all the same size, but I think I kind of mixed it up a little bit. One of the first things I always look for in lashes as a beginner is ones that say L and R on them already, so that I can know which one is my left eye, which one is my right eye. Now I'm okay. I can just take them out of a pack and pretty much know which one is which. But when I started, that was super helpful to me because you want your inner corner, especially on a natural look, you want your inner corner to be shorter and for them to get a little bit longer and get shorter again at the end. So Eylure definitely, most of their packaging does say left and right, which helps a lot. So the first thing we're going to do when we put lashes on is measure them. Everyone's eye is different, so lashes can be too long for some people and you have to cut them. Usually for me, I'm okay. I can just pop them on and cut off the tips, but sometimes I do have to cut them. So what I'll do is just take them, no glue or nothing, and try to apply them and look more or less. So for me, they are okay, so I don't have to cut them. For example, if they were too long, some people like to start here. You would snip all that in that outer area and you want to cut on an angle. That will leave your lash having that still flawless look. You also want to make sure that you cut off the ends of it so that you don't have anything on your band, like so you don't have this part of the band poking you in the eye. You want to have like a seamless effect so that none of that is like sticking out and irritating you. Okay, and so step one, after you have examined which lashes you want to use and then you've trimmed your lashes, you cut them to your perfection. Sometimes I do take lashes and I don't like the style and I'll trim them a little bit to be maybe like a more flared one where I don't have a deep inner corner. But that comes again with experience and practice. Don't overwhelm yourself and don't panic. Just be calm, grab your lash and start. So to start, other than your lashes, you will need a glue and a tweezer. These are Equate Beauty from Walmart. They're like 98 cents. I don't try to use a good tweezer because it's going to get damaged. You might get lash glue on the head of your tweezer, anything that could irritate your tweezers. I'm not going to use these to pluck my eyebrows. These are literally only for my lashes. So I get a slanted one. They're black and I try to keep it the cheapest, most generic brand I can find because I know they're going to get ruined. And I also drop them a lot. When I'm putting on lashes, my hand's unsteady and instead of poking myself in the eye, I'll throw them back. So don't go too crazy on buying the most expensive tweezer when you're starting out. For glue preferences, I like any black glue. So this is the Eylure London 18-hour lash glue. It is in the color black and it is latex free. So it's good for anybody who's allergic to latex or even just has an irritation to latex, especially around your eyelids. This is the one. I also like the Ardell Duo Glue, the black one, and I always like when I can take out the applicator and swipe it on versus the ones that come that you like push them out. I don't like those because it gets messy very quickly. So to start, we're gonna grab our lash. Just pick your left or your right lash. I'm gonna start with my left lash one and I'm gonna apply the glue. So you want to apply it on the band of the lash. So I'm gonna apply here and you want to have a decent amount. Don't overcoat it, but coat it well enough. If it's too wet, it'll take longer to dry. And your determination of how much glue to use will come with practice. You'll notice if you start to put on your eyelid and you feel it too moist, you can take it off and give it a couple more seconds and let it dry. And if you have too little of a glue, your lashes will start to fall off faster throughout the day. I'll also then go in and do the back of the lash line, the one that's gonna touch my eyelash. I won't do the inside part that's going to touch my eyelid because I don't want when I'm opening my eyes or moving around that starts getting sticky there. That's going to cause your lashes to stay stuck on your eyelid and kind of stand up more versus that natural flow. And you put the left one off to the side and you just let it chill out and let the glue get tacky and work on your right one. If you are having a hard time with the tweezers, you can hold these with your fingers, which is usually what I do. Okay, and then you just want to leave that off onto the side as well. So you take your right one, I leave right on right, left on left, so that I don't get confused. Especially starting out, I would I'd put them both in front of me and I would stare at them and be like, oh my God, what's happening? Because I wouldn't remember which one is which. So after, usually I give it a couple seconds. At this time, I'll put some brow gel on, which is what I'm going to do now. So I'm just going to throw some brow gel on, and I usually just let them vibe on the side, let it get tacky and stuff like that, and then I will apply them. Okay, so one of my most biggest recommendations is not to, which I am guilty of, is not to blow on your lashes. There is bacteria in your mouth. It doesn't matter if you just brushed your teeth. You don't want to blow that out onto your lash and then put it on your eyelid, and that's going to sit there all day, and then you could potentially get infection, stuff like that. I am super guilty of it. So you want to make sure you're holding on tight, and more or less, either if you have a handheld fan, you can fan them that way, or just let them go. When the glue starts to look kind of black, you can almost tell that it is black, but it'll go from like a navy-ish blue color to black. That's tacky. So I'm going to come up closer. What you're going to do is almost look down, and you're going to apply to the center first. So you want to be head on in and going down to the center. And get as close to your lash band as you can. After that, I do the outer corner and then the inner corner. And you just want to keep going back and forth. And then I let them go for a second. Might look funny, might look heavy on your eye. Let it go for a second. Let that fully sit on your lash. And then go in and put your other lash on. And same thing. In the center. Outer corner. And then inner corner. Perfect. And then you want to just kind of go in and push against it. You want to make sure it's not falling off. And squeeze it with your natural lash band. If your lash is too wet still, your tweezers will start to stick to the lashes. In that case, you do like I just did, hold your lashes and kind of glide off your tweezers. Perfect. So as you can see, there's a big difference from this eye to this eye, especially if you look up close. This is almost as close as it possibly can get, and this one still has a little gappy. That's because of the pinching down. And if you are afraid to do this with your tweezers, and you don't have any nails or anything, you can go in with your fingertips. Perfect. At this point, you are all done. You can let them feel out. Maybe do this like 10-15 minutes before you're leaving the house in case you have any like lash malfunctions. You can also go in, which I like to do sometimes, with some black eyeliner and do your waterline. And that will help your lashes blend in a little bit more. I only do a small amount. As you can see, this one lifted up just a little bit, so I'm going to squeeze it back down. If you find that your tweezers are getting stuck to your lashes, look at the tweezer itself. There can be glue in there, like excess glue, and it might be sticking, which is what was just happening to me. So usually just pluck it right out and it comes right off, and then I can continue on with no problems. Perfect. So your lashes are done. I'm just gonna apply some lip liner. A nice neutral lipstick. And a gloss. Perfect, and you're done. You can put your hair as you desire. Today I just have like this little messy bun, a couple of face framing fringes out, and that's all. This will be like, I'm gonna go out run errands, I'm gonna go shopping, anything to just kind of keep my hair out of my face, because I get irritated if I'm like shopping and it's hot, especially with this whole corona thing going on. Wearing your masks and stuff like that out, I get like super irritated because I'm like have my face covered, my hair's out, it's just too much. So I just throw my hair up and I keep it going. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this look. I hope you have fun. Practice on your lashes. DM me some photos of you wearing your lashes, and I can't wait to see your results. Thank you so much. Have a great day.